This is Superior Works Cinema, where we watch all the movies. Today we're going to be starting another director series, partly because this is a new release and I really wanted to review it, and I figured, well, I planned on doing a series anyway, so let's just piecemeal it together in between this and the Bruno Mattei. This series will be on Stuart Gordon. Stuart Gordon is obviously very famous for this movie, Re-Animator. He's made quite a few other excellent movies. Some of the best Lovecraft adaptations that have been made on film. From Beyond also is one of them. He did, in the Masters of Horror, he did Dreams of the Witch House, I believe. And Dagon, he's done some other very just excellent movies. Stuck was his most recent full-length feature. Very, very good movie. And he did a Disney film, the Wonderful Ice Cream Suit, which is surprisingly very cool. You know, so Stuart Gordon's got a very rounded directorial resume. He came from a theater background, did a lot of work with his acting troupes, and I think it really shows, especially in Re-Animator and From Beyond, the way he shoots it and the way the acting is done. You feel that stage vibe and passion that kind of comes from a live performance, and he did a really good job of capturing that. And with the way the stories are, that most Lovecraft stories, you know, they have a claustrophobic type feel, because generally, you know, everyone's going to die horribly, but it's how they get there. And he really gave a good feeling of that in those movies, and it helped him later on with a lot of his direction of actors. Obviously, some of this doesn't apply to Robot Jocks, if you've seen that. But as a rule, he's very solid with his actors, and he gets nice performances out of them. So, Re-Animator was in 1986, and this was, when I first saw it, I mean, I was floored. It's outrageous, just from a gore level, and it's just so intense and well done. And got Jeffrey Combs, who plays Dr. Herbert West. And Combs has always been a bit of an overactor. He's got that kind of like Nick Cage thing going on, but I love it. He has this just, the way he does it, it's got this, whereas Bruce Campbell overacts with a sense of comedic timing, Combs does it with a sense of almost psychotic lunacy. Like, he's actually a little bit crazy at points. And it works so good. I love watching him in everything he's done, you know, Star Trek to Re-Animator. And the actors sell this movie. It could have easily been a crap, you know, gore fest, as a lot of Lovecraft type movies are. But you've got a very solid acting cast. Barbara Crampton, who's new at the time, very lovely, does some nice nude scenes. The picture quality of this transfer really helps that. And you've got such a tight feeling with the characters that it just works. The movie seems to go by very quickly. The story's interesting. If you don't know it, not really spoilers, I'm assuming most people have seen Re-Animator, but the story is about Herbert West, who finds a chemical formula that allows him to bring back the dead, reanimate them. And obviously, it doesn't quite work as planned. If there's brain damage, they're a little bit goofy, and you essentially get your zombies kind of... It builds on a lot of the principles, like in Day of the Dead with Bub, where the reanimated, they remember stuff from their past life. They're able to comprehend what's going on, but not necessarily as you would if you were alive. So through this, mishaps occur, and there's a professor over West who, of course, is jealous of his breakthroughs, and West mocks him quite a bit. And so he tries to take it, and you end up with one of the most awesome villains that, you know, was put on film. I don't even want to spoil it in case you haven't seen it, but I love him. the scene where the professor is giving head to Crampton is by far just brilliant. So again, the special effects, they're all practical. It's, you know, the 80s, but they look good. They're bordering on over the top, but they never come off as silly. They're still kind of frightening and kind of creepy. The whole, and the soundtrack really works for that. This is such a good movie. I really enjoy it, and if you haven't seen it, definitely see it. So, being as popular as this is, let's talk more about the release. This is the new awesome version of Re-Animator. This is the media book. It is available from Germany. The company did a brand new restoration of the film. And not only the original uncut version of the film, they also include what they're calling the integral version, which is the TV edit. If you had a chance to see the TV edit, obviously Re-Animator is only like 88, 89 minutes anyway. If you cut out the gore, it's way too short to run in a 2-hour time block. So they had to make extra scenes, much like they did with Halloween. When they aired it on TV, there's, you know, like 15 minutes of added talking. Well, they did that in this too, but some of the scenes were shot alternately for TV. So you've got the integral version, well, definitely not the preferred version, is very cool to watch just because the scenes are different. There's different takes in several of the scenes that are in the other version because they filmed them like without nudity. So you're getting alternate takes, a little more dialogue here and there. Very cool to have as a part of the complete set. You've got, I mean, this is a nice media book. You've got a nice little sticker here. Some advertisements and cards. It's got several liner notes. They are all in German, but hey, it still looks really awesome. You know, you got the integral and the full uncut on Blu-ray. Again, beautiful picture. I never thought I would see this movie in this quality. And there's one scene, if you remember it, where he's carrying Barbara Crampton through the hospital. Now, I always assumed she was wearing underwear. She's not at all, and there's a couple great shots of Miss Crampton's pussy in this, and I never knew they were there, and I've seen this movie a lot of times. So the restoration work on this is phenomenal. It comes with every extra you've ever seen in any Re-Animator thing, plus more. Really, this is what I'd like to see from everything. You know, this easily competes with a Scream Factory release or Arrow, and goes one step above. This company did a phenomenal job. If you are able to pick this up, get it. It's well worth the money. I can't say much more about it other than definitely check it out. This is a fantastic release. Re-Animator the movie, I mean, it's a classic. I love it. I can watch it whenever. I have no faults in it. Perfect movie, 10 out of 10. This release, also a 10 out of 10. You can't get better than this. Beautiful film quality and just buckets of extras. I mean, you got hours of stuff to watch, plus all the commentaries. Very cool. Definitely check it out. So that is our first episode on the Stuart Gordon Director Series. We'll go on through the rest, with From Beyond being next. Not sure what the timeline release will be on those, but we'll intersplice them with this and Bruno Mattei. So I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to check out Re-Animator, and we'll see you here next time at Movie Mayhem.